A beauty rich and rare in history's page, that every stage at once Australia fair, in joyful strength and infancy, at once Australia fair.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the State Basketball Centre. It is NBL1 Grand Final in the men's side of the competition. Earlier, if you are just joining us, it was Kilsyth with a 10-point win over Geelong. Big, huge game, the Nunawading Spectres against the Bendigo Braves in a matter of moments, but standing courtside, Liam Santamaria with the coach of the Bendigo Braves, David Hogan.
Dave, a championship game in your first year as head coach. Your brother, a legend in Bendigo basketball, his last game. How are the emotions a couple of minutes away from tip-off?
The emotions are okay. It might not be his last game. So, I guess we just control what we can do and try and stay calm.
They're deep. How do you scout for that kind of depth?
I suppose the beauty for them is they've been together for so long, but the beauty for us is we kind of know what they do. So hopefully tonight they play the way they normally do, and then hopefully we've got some things that we can make some adjustments and go from there.
In the earlier game, we saw Kilsyth, the team with a lot of momentum, run over the more highly fancied Supercats. How important is momentum coming into a game like this?
Hopefully very important, because as you know, we've come from a fair way back, but I think we've been the best team in the league now for 4 weeks. So hopefully we keep that up, and just one more game.
Awesome, man. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Liam Santamaria courtside with head coach of the Bendigo Braves, David Hogan. They were the 8th seed coming into the playoffs. They defeated the 5th seeded elimination final, the Melbourne Tigers. They went on the road again and smacked around the Kilsyth Cobras, and last week in front of a packed Frankston basketball stadium, they knocked off the number 2 seeded Frankston Blues to end up in the championship game. And right now we saunter down to have a chat to David Biwar as well, the head coach of the Nunawading Spectres.
Dave, you've been here before. What are the emotions a couple of minutes before tip-off?
Yeah, it's, you're going for the goal right now, and second place looks awfully ugly. So for our guys, the focus is to give everything they can to kind of dominate the intensity levels out there, and hopefully that'll be enough with our skill sets.
Coach Hogan just said they've been the best team in the league for the past 4 weeks. Is that a fair call?
I haven't seen them much. I watched a little bit of tape, and I think they had a pretty lucky run with a couple of the games. I thought they played great against Frankston, but we're a pretty well-oiled team, so I feel pretty comfortable that it's going to be a battle out there, whether they play their best or not.
The big fella Simon Conn, 300 games. What has he meant to Nunawading basketball?
Oh, he's just a tough defend. He stretches the floor. He works perfectly with Shane McDonald coming off that on ball, so hopefully that'll give him a lot of worries tonight, and if they squeeze a little bit on us, hopefully we can hit the perimeter shot.
Good luck, man.
Thanks.
The head coach of the 4th seeded Nunawading Spectres, 3rd seeded rather, Nunawading Spectres, Liam Santamaria, David Biwar. They lost in the opening round of the playoffs to the Frankston Blues. They came back a week later and knocked off the Geelong Supercats. They went to a prelim last week against the number 1 seed, the Ballarat Miners, and they were dominant from the outset, led by 15 in the 3rd quarter before being able to get the win late. And tonight, they strive to go one better than they did a year ago in the SABL Championship when they lost to the Hobart Chargers. It is going to be a wonderful night. The Bendigo Braves, the 8th seed, beat the Nunawading Spectres. The 3 seeders unwelcomed against by Liam Santamaria. Liam, this is exciting. This is exciting. We see Kilsyth earlier in the women's do what they did, and right now we sit here and watch 2 teams who are no doubt, I'm not sure, even if you don't agree with David Hogan's assessment there, they're the best performed team in the last month. You can't argue they're in form, and Nunawading have been such a good team for such a long period. Their win last week was huge. These are 2 hot teams right now.
Yeah, it's a fascinating matchup. Thanks, Cam. Good to be on board. And this Nunawading team, look, I told you from the start of the season, this is where I expected them to be, and it's where most other people expected them to be. Right in the thick of things come the pointy end of the season. But Bendigo, they are the bolter of the NBL1 competition, and it was a dogfight. See who would make the playoffs in those 7th, 8th positions. They got in there, and from there they have not looked back. They have won 7 of their last 8 games, and they have roared into the championship showdown in tremendous form. But Nunawading, having lost the Siebel Grand Final last year, they have so much veteran experience. You couple that with a healthy roster and a chip on their shoulder, I'd be shocked if they didn't get the job done.
Swatella, Con, McDonald, Renopoulos and Wright to start for the Nunawading Spectres. And you mentioned that, the dogfight for a playoff spot, the seeding late in the season. Really, Bendigo had to win a mini-elimination final in the last round against Geelong just to get the 8th seed. So essentially, it's been a month of elimination for the Bendigo Braves, which leads them right here tonight to championship night.
And you look at this Bendigo squad, really for me it's a big 3. Right, it's a big 3. Ray Turner averaging, what is he averaging? 23 and 12. Deontay Burton, the point guard, 13, 5 and 5. And Mathieu Muo, 20 points per game. So they're the big 3. If they can all get off and get themselves going, they're going to be a tough beat. And that's what they've been able to do over the past month or so.
Muo's key for me for Bendigo. He allows Ray Turner to play a little more differently and more to his skill set inside. It allows him to just go at it. Hansen and Hogan, the other 2 in the starting 5 for the Bendigo Braves with the 3 men that Liam Santamaria just mentioned. You went with them pre-season?
Yep.
You staying with them tonight?
The Spectres will get the win.
Spectres and the Bendigo Braves to go at it. NBL1 Championship. The cider is here. Turner and Swatella to kick-start it. The tip is up. Back to Burton, who's had an outstanding final series. And Bendigo Braves will get first crack at it. Guarded by Wright, giving him a bit of leeway too. Here's Turner. What a year he has had. One of the favourites of the MVP tomorrow.
Currently on number 1 in the sectors, Costa Granopoulos. That's his first personal foul of 13 foul in the sectors. Johnson returns to make the free throw line, shooting 2.
Three-point knockdown.
Here McDonald, it's Con. Turner took a little bit of risk, allowed Con to get to the bucket. Got great help defense by Burton. He threw it straight to Hansen. Another one who's having a great final series is Hansen. From this exact situation, the spot up three. That couldn't hit it. Turner with a rebound. Switala rather overran it. And Ray Turner's able to put it back. It's 15-10 Bendigo, and a lot of this lead is on the back of offensive rebounding.
Yeah. Just been super active, and it's, you know, a lot of just Hogan a couple of times off Ray Turner misses, and Nunawading just not switched on the weak side, keeping guys off the glass, and down the other end, Con there just lost his footing. Turner took the risk on the attempted interception and opened the lane and looked like a short bucket, but good help from Deontay Burton, forced the turnover.
Get involved anytime you like at NBL1 on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, wherever you might be watching on either KO Sports or at NBL1 YouTube.
How about my man David Hogan in that blazer? He is the sharpest dressed coach in the league week in, week out, and I feel like he's brought his A game here on championship day.
Look, you know the cameras are going to be on you a fair bit. You got to dress smartly for championship night. Any level. D-grade at Knox to NBL1 championship.
There's a nice subtle touch to it too. There's a Bendigo Braves retired player badge. He's just got on the lapel. He has brought it, and what a season he has put together. As I said when chatting to him, a rookie head coach, and he has done a tremendous job bringing this team together and taking them all the way to the championship game.
Here's McDonald. Guarded by Burton, couldn't get what they wanted. Shot clock's down to 7. Switala guarded by Hogan. This is going to be a good matchup all night. Switala got it. Couple of dribbles to the left between the legs. Able to hit the 8-footer over Chris Hogan. It's 15-12. Here's Muro the other end now. He's feeling it. Fade away over Con. Got a knock. And to the line for 2, Will Muro. He's just oozing confidence. He's oozing confidence right now when you see him. That was a tough shot, foul or not. But Simon Con come under him, and in the end, 2 shots.
Yeah, he's just a really highly talented offensive player. I mean, I've been for the last couple of years thinking that there's a place for him in the NBL. with what he, we saw him here last year in the championship game with Hobart alongside Craig Moller, and he balled out and took them to the title.
Grand final MVP?
He was, and as I said, he has been tearing it up over recent times, and I like the way they structure things offensively. He's such a talented ISO player, and David Hogan does a great job of putting him in plenty of those situations.
17-12, 5:12 to go, first period, NBL1, grand final. Burton just takes it off Shane McDonald. Now we'll go the other way. He'll attack him on the Euro step. Dane Swatella's able to come over the top though and say no. But it'll stay with Bendigo on the baseline. 17-21 on the shot clock.
Outstanding defensive play. You see Swatella had him lined up from the halfway line, and wow, the timing was on point.
Muo guarded by Con. Con gets a hand in. Allows them to get back to their switch. It'll be reset. 15 on the shot clock.
Interesting to see Swatella guarding Muo. We spoke to him during the week, and he said, I guarded him last year, and it's not something I'm particularly comfortable with. The way he operates offensively, it's not really in my wheelhouse. And there you see him able to go to work and get a bucket.
Too easy to get that deep into the key. Raise the eyebrow up. Simon Con went for the block. Allowed Muo a nice, easy layup. Dane Swatella spoke about his ability to guard the three. He can, except he hasn't done it much in the last couple of years. And that was a lot of the reason as to why he had troubles with last year. Now we'll go the other end on Bartlett.
Yeah, well, it's a real key to the ball game. I mean, if Muo gets going, if Swatella can't handle him, and Steele could be maybe an option for them. He's just checked into the game. Swatella's going to play the 5 now. But they need to find someone who can shut down Madiang Muo, or at least go with him.
Right, for 3. Got it. Off a little double down screen. Shane McDonald puts it right in his hand. It's nothing but net for Tom Wright. That's back to 4. Here is Muo. Guarded by Swatella. Horrible pass. Walker able to get it. Ray Turner thought he had him on the seal, but the pass was suspect. Now they're going to push the other way. Wright just hit one. Wanted another one. Doesn't get it. Steele into the game, and will reset for Nunawading. Wright guarded by Bartlett. Swatella with the screen. Now on the mismatch with Turner. Drives it. Kicks it to McDonald. Already got 1-3. This time gets inside. Uses the body. Left hand. Little floater. It's like a shot put shot with the left hand, but it's been effective for so long.
Sure has. His lefty finish is so reliable. 2013 Siebel MVP, and he's been getting it done for so long.
Hogan for 3. Burton found him. That one's off the iron, but Turner's able to run it down. Keep it alive. You think go straight to the bucket. He only had one idea, and that was to get the ball on the rim. And it works. Bottom of the net. It's back to a 4-point lead for Bendigo. 21-17. 3:16 to go. First period. McDonald off the Swatella screen. Now he's got him on a mismatch. Can't quite get it to him. Now he does. Guarded by Burton. No double team. Now it comes from Turner on the weak side. Throws a court side. Comes off the rim. Hands into McDonald. To Steele. To Wright. Same spot. Different result this time. Turner with the rebound. Kept alive by Walker. And Nunawading will get another shot. The shot clock reset now to 10. McDonald. Left-hander. The iron. Turner with the rebound. It's a high-class basketball game early. The nerves of the championship game are well and truly evaporated, and we're seeing two teams in great form and high talent going at it. Here is Burton. Hogan, over 400 games in the NBL. One in Siebel, kicks it outside. Bartlett for 3, can't hit it. Gets his own rebound. Can he go straight up? He can't. Kicks it out. Turner for 3. That one's the bottom of the nets. An offensive rebounding, just like it did for Kilsyth in the women's grand final earlier, giving Bendigo extra opportunities.
And Ray Turner cashing in. He's got 9 now. 4 of 7 from the field to go along with 4 boards. Coming off the back of 5 straight double-doubles, Ray Turner has been absolutely dominant and checking out right now for a well-earned rest.
Adronicus in, as is Lloyd. Bartlett takes a seat as well. 23-17. Swatella takes a seat. Simon Connery enters the game.
Interesting the timing on the rotations from Dave Biwa. Sees Ray Turner check out. and looks down the bench and says, big fella, Simon Conn in your 300th. The big fundy, get out there and see if you can get us some buckets.
Muro now on McDonald. Coming off a train. Andronicus bumps into him. Steele looking inside. They can't get it to him. McDonald gets around Andronicus into the key. Kicks it out. Wright's got an early three. This time turns it down. McDonald gets inside. Steele. Three. That's off the iron. Fight for it. It ends up in the hands of Lloyd, and Bendigo will push the other way to try and extend this 6-point lead. Burton's feeling good. Fade away after left-hand dribble. Kisses it off the window. And Tom Wright didn't do a great deal wrong, but Burton is in form.
That's a tough mate. Fading away, kissing it off the glass, and you're right, his juices are flowing at the offensive end.
Walker, guarded by Muro, one-on-one. There's Con, that's normally bread and butter. That one's just off the iron. Steele kept it alive, but only to the hand of Lloyd. Burton, pull up, three. Feeling it!
Wow. And he's barking at the crowd too. Deontay Burton is firing it off in transition. And he's giving Nunawading fits right now.
Other end, McDonald can't reply. Lucas Walker gets a fingernail to it and tipped it in for two. 28-19. Burton, guarded by Wright, gets a bump. Referee lets it go. Burton wants to shoot this. No doubt at all. Kicks it outside. Found Hogan for three. That one's bottom of the net. Exact same situation as Burton on the previous possession. They are feeling it. They lead by 12. Right, three. Needed it. Didn't get it. Burton with the rebound. Bendigo have all the momentum, all the confidence right now. And they hold a 12-point lead with about a 0.3 of a second differential. Burton barking at his coach. He is feeling it. There's a foul on Tom Wright.
He wasn't happy with the play call. I think they've been working this beautifully the last 3 or 4 minutes. They're just playing off Deontay Burton.
Yeah.
They're just giving him the rock and say, look, we're going to send up the high pick and roll. We're going to play off of you. We're going to throw some step-up screens in transition, and you can go to work, and he's been doing that. He wasn't happy with the play call there to finish the quarter.
Shot clock is off, 8.4 on the game clock. Bendigo lead by 12. Last play of the first quarter. Muo has been great as well to throw it in. Hogan, back to Muo, guarded by Steele, shot at 4 and 3 and 2 and bottom of the net, just inside the 3-point line, but Muo is feeling it, Burton's feeling it, Hogan's feeling it, the Bendigo bench are feeling it. They lead by 14, 33-19 after one, and this, Liam Santamaria, is indicative of the thoughts of head coach David Hogan, who pre-game told you that they have for the last month been the best team in the league, and well, 10 minutes in, nothing to dispel his thoughts.
And there was not a moment of hesitation in what he had to say either, was there? And there's been no hesitation at all from any of his guys on the floor. They are flowing with confidence. You see Muo and just how pumped he is after knocking that down. We spoke about the big three, Turner, Burton and Muo, and the fact that they would have to carry a big load, a big bulk of their scoring. Well, they have, what are they combined for? 26 of Bendigo's 33. And what a blistering first quarter performance from the Braves.
Last week in Ballarat, and I called the game for NBL1, Nunawading did a wonderful job of just sticking to their structure. You spoke, and have spoken, as we all should and do, about the structure, the veterans, and how they go about it. Nothing really phases them. The Ballarat crowd didn't phase them, and they were out of it in 2 minutes and allowed them to be able to, well, play their game without any extracurricular stuff creeping in. Are you confident that right now Bendigo have forced them out of everything in the first quarter? You're confident that their structure and the way they went about in the last 2 or 3 minutes can continue to hold up going forward?
We've spoken about this on the NBL1 show throughout the season. This, most teams would fold in this situation.
Agreed.
You're down 14, 1 quarter into the championship game. We saw it earlier this afternoon, or this evening in the women's game. A 10-point margin became 15, became 20, became 25 pretty quickly as the first half rolled on, as Kilsyth put the sword to the Geelong Supercats. But this Spectres team, with their veteran experience, and the fact that they've been together for so long, I can't see them panicking in this situation. If there is any team that won't panic, it's this Spectres lineup.
Right, Betty Eyre into the game for the first time as well, who was announced as a development player at the 36ers during the course of the week. Walker, Con and Swatala for Nunawading, the 5 for Bendigo. Burton, Lloyd, Turner, Hansen and Muo. We have a 14-point lead. Here is Swatala. Nunawading with the first shot in the second quarter. Kicks it outside. Eyre thought about it. Gets that play over the air. Gives it to Walker. Layup left hand. Great pass, Betty Eyre, and Lucas Walker does the rest.
Yeah, perfect setup. And Lucas Walker doing what he's done for a really long time. Move off the ball, slash to the rim, and finish it athletically at the cup.
Here's Turner. Faces up on Con. How he had some success early. Tries to reach it to get the foul. In the end, the referee didn't buy it. But it's 2 points anyway. And Simon Con looks a little proppy. Liam Santa Maria.
Gee, Simon Con always looks a little proppy.
Okay.
That's just his gait.
Okay, there you go. Swatala uses the Con screen down the other end. Con keeps it alive. Benier runs it down to right to Swatala. Straight on open three. Bottom of the net.
Well, he has been shooting it at 44% on the year from long range, Dane Swatala. It's the reason he's had such a good season. Muo tries to answer. He's been in fuego himself, but you can't leave Swatala open out there.
Right. Tries to get the foul. Referees let it go. Either way, it's down. It's now back into single figures, 35-26. And Nunawading taking the opportunity to run back on it. Turner off the iron. Someone's holding someone there. It might be Eyre holding Lloyd.
So, Cam, we've got some basketball royalty going to join us.
Go on.
Soon. There's the Swatala straight away. Three wide open. Like I say, you can't leave him out there. That has to be on the whiteboard. And one of the greatest ballers ever to grace Australian shores, Daryl D-Mac McDonald, going to come in for a bit of a chat. We know he knows these teams intimately, having coached against them throughout this season for the Knox Raiders. Look forward to getting his thoughts.
Lloyd nails both. Back to an 11-point lead. There, guarded by Burton. Swatala uses the con screen with the right hand dribble. Now he bumps into Turner. Kicks it outside. Walker. Got it. And Lucas Walker, already 5 points in this quarter. He's starting to feel a little bit himself. Came off the bench and already proving a difference in this second quarter, putting some heat on the rim.
It's not something he's traditionally done really well, shoot the three ball, but this season for the Spectres, 47% from out there.
Muo again just calls for one-on-one and Swatala is able to kiss it off the glass. They're getting a lot of good looks, Bendigo, off some one-on-one penetration. Muo again proving it there. Here is Swatala, the other end. He just turns, faces and goes, bang! Give me 2, I'll give you 3. And it's back to 7.
Yeah, you talk about that one-on-one action. It's one of the things I've been so impressed with. David Hogan, the rookie head coach for the Braves, has done a great job of putting Muo in those situations, allowing him to maximize his skill set by putting him in positions where he feels most confident.
Oh, I was going to shoot that if I got a hand on it. This is what our next guest, of course, as you alluded to only moments ago, legend of the NBL, head coach this year, the last few years of Knox Raiders NBL1. And now looking at some new opportunities. I speak of Darren McDonald and the ball nearly ended up in your hand, D-Mac. Welcome, my man. How you doing?
I'm all right.
You take a seat and the pill comes your way. Hey, you've been around these areas for a long, long time. 2 teams going at it. We'll talk about, what you think of the NBL1. But how exciting is this? Grand final gets everyone psyched, doesn't it?
This is nice. I thought it'd be a little bit more, but you can fill it up. But the NBA, the way the NBL1 is, the way it's going, this is awesome.
These 2 teams that you've seen over the course of the year, are you surprised that these 2 teams are the last 2 standing? They had the 3 seed of Nunawading and of course the 8 seed for Bendigo. But what have you made of these 2 teams over the year?
I'm not surprised. Nunawading, they've been doing it for years. Same group. They keep the same group alive. They keep the same group over the last 6-7 years. Bendigo, I'm surprised, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like going to the end of the year, they lost the game, and then they played us. They beat us by 2. They had lost, and then they came, beat us by 2, went on to beat Geelong and finished 8th. And now they're in the grand final, man. Like, that's, the game is about momentum. They just, it's just peaking at the right time.
Mac, I want to get your thoughts on these 2 point guards out here. Shane McDonald, been doing it for such a long time, and Deontay Burton, who has had a big start to this ball game. And the Braves have their season turned around when they put the ball in his hands and kind of trusted him.
Again, as an import, when you come out as an import, that's what you got to do. And early on, it's funny because early on in the season, you bring out these imports, and if they're not producing straight away, you almost like, we got to bring them. But I thought they did a good job of just sticking with him. And like you said, later on in the season, they start putting the ball in his hands. He just makes plays, athletic. You know what I mean? Whether he's a great shooter or not, I think he can hit the 3 when he needs to, but he does a good job of getting people involved and scores when he needs to.
Matt, give us your thoughts on Mariang Muo as well. Obviously, the NBL1. These 2 teams are out here. Oh, wow, Turner sent that one off the backboard. These 2 teams are out here trying to win a championship, but a lot of it is about showcasing talent for the next level. Is he a guy that there's a place for him in the NBL?
Not the end. I believe so. I think he can play, man. Like, I always thought he can play. It's funny. I go back to when he was with Perth. He had two games throughout the whole year, and they was both against us. He came in and played, shot the ball well, played pretty well. I think he got injured. I know he got injured at one time, and I think that might have hurt him a little bit. But he can play, man. Like, he can play. I'm surprised nobody's giving him an opportunity. I think it's a lot of these guys that's playing now.
Oh, this guy's feeling it. Burton again.
He actually he's showing up. That's what the grand final is about, right? You want to get in here, showcase what you do. You know what I mean? Is he an NBL import? Can he come in and run your team as maybe a 3rd import? The way he's playing now, yes. You know what I mean? The way he's playing now, yes. He can defend, like I said, athletic, and if he can hit that 3 ball on a consistent basis, he can get a job.
It's such an interesting point. We see so many import point guards performing at a high level in this competition. Someone like Deontay Burns is a perfect example. You look at Damon Bozeman, what he did for Frankston this year.
Really good year.
But that question always comes up as a 3rd import, and it's not something we see often in the NBL. They get a starting import point guard, and that backup is usually a local kid.
A local Aussie. Yeah.
We haven't seen a team take that route, say, well, you know what, we're going 2 point guards, and at times you'll share the 2 import point guards, at times you'll share the floor together, and it'll be interesting to see if a team takes that plunge at some stage.
You know what? Why not? That's my thing. Why not? I guess the whole problem with that is taking the spot from an Aussie. You know what I mean? That'll be the whole problem. But why not go with 2 imports? You know what I mean? Like, one, as you get your point guard, then you get a backup point guard. I don't think it could hurt. You look at some of these NBL teams. Perth, Melvin. All these guys. They get in. They get all their backups. Again, you can't knock their back. The backups they got are pretty good. But why not try something different?
I feel like the 2 times we've seen it in maybe reasonably recent times, as Watala can't finish in the paint, are both with the Hawks.
Wants it more.
Last year they had Cedric Jackson and Jordan Jett, who could both potentially play the 1. And then a few years before that they had Jahir Carson and Gary Irvin together, and neither time did it really play out too well.
To play them together, it did pan out. That didn't pan out well. And again, I guess the thing with Jordan and Cedric, you're bringing in 2 guards that, no disrespect, but they wasn't great shooters.
Yeah.
And you got them on the floor at the same time. It's almost easy to defend them. You just sit, whoever's defending them, you just sit them in the paint. I thought Jordan started to play well at the end of the year. I think he did the same thing when he was at Townsville. Cedric just he didn't look like Cedric Jackson. You know what I mean? Like the Cedric Jackson we so used to seeing. He didn't look like that guy. So, again, do you take a chance on it again? Maybe not. But, again, I'm watching this guy here. And, again, another guy you brought up like Damon Bozeman. Those guys are, having good years. But, are they starting point guards in the NBL? I don't know. It's hard to say, especially because they, for the money they paying these guys now. You can pretty
Getting
much
some
get
high-level guys.
you can get a guy, you can get an ex-NBA guy to come out here. Aaron Brooks is about to come out here. You know what I mean? So it's different, man.
Right for three. Hanopoulos found him on the semi-transition.
I would look at that guy like, why Tom Wright can't get a job in the NBA? He's just a solid guard. Solid. Every year he's solid. I don't know whether he gets tryouts. He never gets looked at, but he can play, man. You know what I mean?
Are we going to
It's
see
opportunity.
Next Stars program in the NBL has been huge. This year we're going to see a little bit different where we have two players in RJ Hampton and LaMelo Ball who are probably going to come in and be starting point guards straight out of high school. How hard? When you got here, you'd had some experience as a pro baller. How hard is it out of high school to do what they're going to, or looks like they're going to do?
I think, you know what, the NBL is a lot tougher than what people think. You know what I mean? LaMelo Ball is solid. RJ, they both solid, but I think it'll be a wake up call for them. I think once they get in tune with what the league is like, then they could be solid. But that's a tough ask.
Let's go back to, say, the mid-90s. And you are, let's talk about 94, 95, around that period of time, and you are owning the league at the point guard position, right?
I'll take that.
Like a guy.
I didn't think you were going to fight it.
Like a guy like Casper Ware is feeling right now, Melo Trimble, Bryce Cotton, these types of guys. Cotton in the backcourt. How would you have felt if these 17, 18-year-old kids were coming in and were going to start up against you?
That wasn't happening.
Would you have been lipping your lips?
Always. Always I would have been licking my chops.
Yeah.
I did, but I was like that anyway. So, again, coming, in the NBL, and, people talk. And so, like myself, Ricky Graves, Derek Rucker, all, back then, we are we the guys. We the guys. So when new imports, when new guards come in.
Switala and one.
When new imports come in, who are they going after? Right? Who are they going after? So, as myself, I got to, I've been here. This is what I do. I'm not going to let you take what I do, so I got to step up. So imagine,
it's a statement game for you.
That's what I mean. Every time I play against these new guys coming in, I got to prove. I still got to prove myself. You know what I mean? I use that. I go back to Rucker Park days. It's the same thing. You step on that court. You got guys coming. You got a name on Rucker Park. You got guys coming at you all the time. You got to be able to. You got to be able to stand up and do what you do. So it's going to be the same this year. Those guys starting point guard. You like you just said. You got Casper. Trimble, Cotton. Those guys come in the game. I mean, they're gonna have to match it with some of the best guards in the league.
What's next for you? NBL1. You've been at Knox in the last few years, and now you're in a situation.
Nothing.
You still interested in coaching?
You know what? I am. I'm there's no doubt. Like last year was really a frustrating year. As a coach, you guys know, as a coach, you don't like to lose.
That's true. What was it with these? Liam and I actually commentated a game. We played Diamond Valley here in the middle of the year, and the talent you had we didn't say every Knox game, but it didn't marry up from where we sat with the win losses. What was the most frustrating thing, or what was the reason for the fact that it didn't reach the heights that I think a lot of people thought it should?
I think some of it is comp. This NBL1 league is really, really tough. Right? I don't think a lot of our guys thought that. You know what I mean? But again, and I'm gonna take full responsibility. I put that group together because I thought we had an opportunity, to do something special. Again, losing my son, so losing Darrell, the second game of the season, I don't think helped. Because I think that's the one thing we didn't have was somebody that can actually get others involved. You know what I mean? I had a lot of guys I had guys that can shoot, but nobody can actually. That's going to get them shots. Everything, they have to create everything for themselves. You know what I mean? And that again, it just became frustrating. Like I said, I take losing hard. Like can't sleep. I'm thinking about the game, why we lost. But again, I also, like I said, I put that roster together, and I thought we'd still be a solid group. But understand that some of those guys just didn't get the fact that you can't. Basketball is a possession game. You can't take possessions off, and the one possession you take off could be you know, be a game winner. And I think we had those lapses. You know what I mean? We had those lapses.
Mac, before we let you go, the ball game out here in front of us, Nunawading got down big in that first quarter. They were down double digits at quarter time. We had a chat about it during the break and said this Spectres team, if there's any team that's not going to panic, it's probably going to be them. And they've been able to sort of chip away throughout this second quarter, and they've got this thing back into single digits. How do you see it playing out from here?
Right now, Bendigo is playing pretty well. You know what I mean? They keeping Nunawading at bay. Like every time another one make a run, they hit one of those shots, and then, you know, it's been Burton. It's been, you know, their imports just been, you know, producing that every chance. Every time they need a basket, they getting one. Tom Wright has been good, hitting big shots. I just think, like, watching Nunawading over the especially this season, they get down, they always find a way to come back and make it close. They're one of those teams that you don't blow out. Right? You're not gonna blow them out. They're gonna stick around. And again, I think the veterans and the group that's been together, they're gonna find, you know, they'll find a way to come back and try to get a win.
Turner forced it up again as the shot clock went off. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Come and have a chat to us.
Always a pleasure, Mac.
Appreciate it.
You miss being out there?
Playing?
Yeah. Still? No?
I would say that. I guess the coaching side of it is, you know, like you just, again, why not? But, you know, you would love to be out here coaching in a grand final, and, you know what I mean, and being able to go through it throughout the whole year. And it was tough, man. Like I said, for me, that the whole season was just became frustrating. So I'm gonna try. You know, I'll take this year off and see what happens. If something comes out, I still love the game, man. I still love the coach. Like, I'll stick around in Knox and do all, you know, do my junior stuff, and, you know, I do a morning program out there and things like that. I'll stick around and do all that. But, you know, I'm definitely not gonna give up on coaching. I love to see, you know, give it another shot. And, you know, the NBL was always a dream. I had my opportunities. You know, I still feel like I can coach on that level, but again, it's opportunity. But you got to be doing it. So I got to continue to do it. And if opportunity comes, I'll see what it's like and see what happens.
Good luck, man. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Thanks, Mac.
Superstar.
Appreciate you.
Over a long period of time in the NBL, Darren McDonald.
One of the absolute greats.
No doubt. You nailed it. You nailed it when you said royalty of the NBL, Liam Santamaria. This is turning into a good, close second quarter, 53-48. Bendigo one time as we come back out of it. And Nunawading, as we spoke about Liam Santamaria, they've stuck to their structures and they've stayed in this game. They trailed by 15 a little bit earlier, and now it's back to 5. And here's Turner, guarded by Con. No double team. Half by Tommy Wright. He gets a fingernail on it. Now they'll run the other way. McDonald takes it at Hansen. Goes to the body. Referees let him go. No call. Turner came over and fresh aired the block. Here's Muro the other way, looking for Burton. He's in the weak side. Can they get it to him? No, they can't. Turner wants to go back at Con. The big man just stands straight up, and in the end, it was doing enough. That hasn't worked for Bendigo. It's one of the things that hasn't, them being able to go at it. Here's McDonald. Walker, guarded by Hansen. No double team coming yet. Walker's had a big, and Swatella rather. Swatella, not Walker. I was obscured by the referee, but in the end, it's 2 points nonetheless, and the lead is down to 3.
And he is going to work, Dane Swatella. Big bucket that forced the timeout a couple of minutes ago, and there another patient, strong move to home base, and he's got 17 to lead the Spectres.
Muo, Burton gives it up. Hansen doesn't. It's off the iron. Turner over the back into Tommy Wright, and again another stop for Nunawading. The lead is 3. Can they cut it to even less? It was 15 earlier. McDonald, left-hand dribble, goes around Muo, uses it. Walker, one more. There's Tom Wright. He's got 3 threes in the corner. Gets inside, takes a bump. Can't get it to fit. Simon Conn can't go back up. Kicks it out. Swatella was 17, as we just heard, and we'll restart and take a breath. McDonald, shot clock at 5. Right. This is a big comeback. All 15-point deficit is gone. And we're tied at 53. Last play of the first half, 53 apiece, championship game. Burton with 2 and 1, just jacks it over right, that's off the iron. And after 20 minutes in the NBL1 championship game, we are back to where we started. 53 apiece. As Nunawading able to work their way back into it after trailing by 15, and what a first half it has been. So we heard Dane Switala has 17, Tom Wright has 17 as well, McDonald has 8, while for Bendigo, Deontay Burton has 19, Turner 12, 13 for Muo, 7 for Hogan, but the lead that they had built is gone. Wherever you're watching right now, 20 minutes in the books, let us know what you think at NBL1 on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter.
Tommy.
Of course, as we, I think it might be Liam Santamaria having a quick chat to Tom Wright, who has 17 points in the first half.
Tom, down 14 at quarter time. How did you turn it around?
I think we just had belief. We're a veteran team. We've we've been up and down this year. A couple of guys in and out, but we just believed. That's it.
Turner, Burton, Muir. How do you shut those 3 in the second half?
Man, they're tough. They are a tough 3. The 3-headed monster. I mean, they're all on fire at the moment. I think we just stuck to our plan. We picked a few things up. They missed a couple shots. We hit a couple shots, but yeah, it's a battle.
Good luck in the second half, man.
Thanks, mate.
Tom Wright was 17 at the half with Liam Santamaria. We're going to take a very quick break on the other side of it. Not only the second half of a game that's tied at 53, but we are at the home in the southeast Melbourne Phoenix, the newest franchise in the NBL. And one of their young guns, Kendall Stevens, to join us next. Just takes it off Shane McDonald. Now we'll go the other way. He'll attack him on the Euro step. Dane Switala's able to come over the top though and say no.
In my wheelhouse, and there you see him able to go to work and get a bucket.
Too easy to get that deep into the key. McDonald already got 1-3. This time gets inside, uses the body. Left hander, little floater. It's like a shot put. He's able to run it down. Keep it alive. You can go straight to the bucket. He only had 1 eye to the right. Same spot. Different result this time. Turner with the rebound. Kept alive by Walker. And Nunawading gets his own rebound. Can he go straight up? He can't. Kicks it out. Turner for 3. That one's the bottom of the net. An offensive rebounding just like it did for Kilsyth in the women's. It gets his own rebound. Can he go straight up? He can't. Kicks it out. Turner for 3. That one's the bottom of the net. An offensive rebounding just like it did for Kilsyth in the women's. Burton, pull up. 3. Feeling it! Other end, McDonald can't reply. Lucas Walker gets a fingernail, no doubt at all. Kicks it outside. Found Hogan for 3. That one's bottom of the net. Exact same. He'll shut it 4 and 3 and 2 and bottom of the net. Just inside the 3-point line. But Mueller, Air thought about it. Gets that play over the air. Gives it a Walker. Layup left hand. Great pass, Benny. Keeps it alive. Benny runs it down to right to Switala. Straight on open 3. Bottom of the net.
You can't leave Switala open out there.
Right. Tries to get the foul. Referees let it go.
Playing?
Yeah. Still? No?
I would say that.
They'll run the other way. McDonald takes it at Hansen. Goes to the body. Referees let him go. No call. Turner Walker guarded by Hansen. No double team coming yet. Walker's had a big... Switala rather. Switala, not Walker. I was obscured by the referee, but in the end it's 2 points nonetheless. McDonald, shot clock at 5. Right. This is a big comeback. All 15-point deficit is gone. Just takes it off Shane McDonald. Now we'll go the other way. He'll attack him on the Euro step. Dane Switala's able to come over the top though and say no.
In my wheelhouse, and there you see him able to go to work and get a bucket.
Too easy to get that deep into the key. McDonald already got 1-3. This time gets inside, uses the body. Left hander, little floater. It's like a shot put. He's able to run it down. Keep it alive. You can go straight to the bucket. He only had 1 eye to the right. Same spot. Different result this time. Turner with the rebound. Kept alive by Walker. And Nunawading gets his own rebound. Can he go straight up? He can't. Kicks it out. Turner for three. That one's the bottom of the net. An offensive rebounding just like it did for Kilsyth in the women's. And it gets his own rebound. Can he go straight up? He can't. Kicks it out. Welcome back, NBL1 Championship night, halftime of the men's. It is Nunawading 53, Bendigo 53. It was a 14-point lead at quarter time for Bendigo, extended it to 15, but we're all knotted up after 20 minutes. Game around 8 minutes away, but we are joined, Liam Santamaria, myself, Cam Luke. We're a rising superstar. We're in his home, really, because South East Melbourne Phoenix are based out here, the 9th franchise in the NBL. I speak of Kendall Stevens, who joins us to tell us how it's all going. Hello, mate. Firstly, welcome to the NBL and to Australia on a full-time basis, and also to the commentary, man. How you doing?
Appreciate you for having me. It's been a great experience. I've only been here for about 2 weeks now, but my experience in Australia has been amazing.
I've got to say this. I love the footage. And Liam and I are involved in a lot of stuff as well, and digital stuff that we get to see. And South East Melbourne Phoenix put a nice little piece of you up over the course, I think it was either this week or late last week, and talked about you here in Australia and your connections and all the rest of it. But they were extremely positive about you driving your car. But I'll tell you, when you drove out of the car park, it didn't fill me with a great deal of confidence, man. How you doing?
Yeah.
Because Rowan Short, operations manager, didn't look like he wanted to get in the car with you, to be honest.
Yeah, that was the last job he wanted that day, and I don't blame him. Having the footage of my first time driving, I don't lie, I was clenching the steering wheel. I was extremely nervous, but after about 3 or 4 days, I had some good confidence, and the biggest thing is in flow of traffic, I'm able to kind of find my groove, but it's the moment when you don't see any cars, then you got to really remind yourself to stay on the left side.
How are you finding it into pre-season? A little bit of it's a bit different. Of course, not everyone's here just yet. You see some players, Mitch Creek obviously on representative duties with the Boomers, the imports, Terry Armstrong still a week away. How are you finding what is a not dysfunctional but a little different start to pre-season?
Yeah, I mean that comes with the game. Off-season's different, especially at the professional level. People have their own endeavors, and like you said, Mitch being invited to the Boomers is a big deal. So we know that coming in, the biggest thing is the preseason is more so of gaining the reps in practice and getting a feel of what the coaches want for the season. So we've been doing that, and you just kind of got to build on it, and the pieces that you have, you got to work with it, and then as the pieces come in, you just hopefully gel as much as you can.
Kendall, most of the guys that are coming in from overseas, imports, you're not technically an import, but they've just been arriving in the last couple of days. Some of them not here yet. September 1 was when you were told you needed to be in town. We're midway through August, here you are. You've been here already for a couple of weeks. Why did you want to come out here a month earlier than you needed to?
Just because I know it's a big year for me as well as the season. So it being the first year, especially for the Phoenix, just wanted to set myself up for a good start, and just putting in the work, and when you put the work in, you gain confidence. And so having another month to learn the plays, get a feel for my teammates as well as the coaching staff, I think it goes a long way, especially when we're going to need that kind of familiarity with one another towards the end of the season.
Take us back about 13 months ago. You finished up at Nevada and you were playing for Orlando at the Summer League. I was over there with my man Tommy Greer and got a little whisper. I said, have a look at this kid Kendall Stevens for Nevada. He was born in Australia and technically could come down and play in the NBL as a local. We put it out there. Things, started kind of bubbling from there. Did you catch wind of any of that at the time? And then did that plant a bit of a seed in your mind, like, you know what, I wouldn't mind going down there and playing in that country?
Before you answer, he's looking for credit. So his actual question is, how much credit does he deserve for this happening?
Actually, I'm looking for a finder's fee, is what I'm looking for.
That's true.
If we can really talk about it, Tom the Grit.
That's hilarious. It's funny you mentioned that. I actually have to give him a lot of credit because
there it is.
I didn't really notice or didn't realize that having the passport, me being born in Australia, that I was able to be considered local. And so I kind of felt like there was a little bit more loops, or maybe I wasn't qualified as far as to be a local. So you guys putting it out there in the Summer League gained my attention as well as my agent, so we looked more into it. And the rest is history as far as us being able to figure out that I would be able to be a local, and it kind of opened a lot of doors for myself, being able to be accepted in the NBL. So it was a big deal, especially when you're trying to find a job, and having more options the better.
The Nevada Wolfpack. It feels like that you guys are taking over Australian basketball. We've got one out here Deontay Burton, who you didn't play with, you almost crossed paths, but he is absolutely tearing up this championship game. A bunch of other guys, Jerry Evans Jr., Marquise Coleman did good things with Ballarat this year. What is with this new pipeline that has developed between Nevada and Australian hoops?
Man, to be honest, it's funny because never would have thought that I'd be running into so many guys, especially in Australia, that I know or that I'm familiar with.
Cam Oliver.
Yes, he's coming this year.
Cam Oliver for the Taipans. Did you play with him?
Yes, I did. Crazy. It's amazing to see where this league is going. And yeah, I was actually considering playing for Bendigo. They were interested in me. And Deontay Burton did a little bit of recruiting, so I considered it very seriously before I got to Phoenix. So, yeah, it's amazing to see him doing so well, especially in the championship game. And representing Nevada, it's awesome.
And for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix fans who might not have seen a great deal of you just yet, talk a little bit about the way you best play your basketball.
Yeah, just for me, I'm just trying to make the right plays. I think obviously coming in and being a scorer and being an offensive threat is what I'm here for. Playing good defense as well as just gaining the trust of my teammates and my coaching staff. Just trying to play winning basketball. I think especially keep mentioning us being the first year of our franchise. Fans just want to see you play hard and play the right way. So coming in, that's kind of our mindset.
Preseason tournament coming up next month down in Tasmania, the Blitz. It's going to be a three-point comp. You, Ben Madgen, or John Roberson, who represents the Phoenix?
It's going to be me, but they're going to be a great second and third, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, those guys are great. They can shoot the ball, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, could you do dunk comp double as well, although Terry Armstrong's already claimed the trophy. He's not even in the country yet, but he's claimed it social media-wise. So.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from the dunk competition. I don't think fans want to pay their money to see me dunk, but Terry will definitely take that.
How exciting is the throwdown? It's the opening game, two Melbourne teams, Thursday night, kickstart the NBL season. I know you're cliche when you're a professional athlete, 1 week at a time, game at a time, and all the rest of it, but do you allow yourself to mind just a little bit to run towards opening night in Melbourne, packed Melbourne Arena, and how cool it's going to be?
Yeah, to be honest, my eyes are going to be wide open, just enjoying the experience, and haven't been through it yet, so my teammates will definitely get me ready and kind of let me know some things of what to expect, but it's going to be an exciting time. Of course, a little jitters the first few minutes up and down the court, but at the end of the day, it's basketball, so we got to come out with a win. But it's going to be a big stage for us.
Kendall, you guys have got a roster stacked full of talent. I like the way it's been put together, but there's one big thing I think that's a huge challenge for you guys this year, and that is that you're an expansion club. Mm-hmm. It's your first year, everything is brand new with this club, and the history in sports, but certainly in our league, is that teams in their very first year don't tend to have a lot of success. How do you overcome that as a group?
Yeah, we know that coming in, and the only way you combat that is by being unselfish and playing hard and doing things the right way. At the end of the day, we got to go down shooting with our coaching staff and our game plan. I think if we do that, as long as we're at least on the same page and moving in the right direction, a lot of teams just kind of go in and got a couple pieces that are trying to do their own thing. So if we can all be on the same page, we're going to at least have a good fighting chance.
Some of the people watching will be Nunawading Spectres fans right in the heart of southeast Melbourne. Stare down the barrel and give them, if they're not members already, what do they need to do?
Yeah, to all the fans, Phoenix is going to be a great year. Book your tickets, season tickets, members. We appreciate all of them. Autographs, photos, whatever you guys need. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Tommy would probably presume you know the website.
Yes, I think, maybe.
semphoenix.com.au, I'll throw it out there for you.
There it is.
Hey, Kendall, congratulations, man. Good luck for the rest of pre-season. The season. We'll see you over the course of the year, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Kendall. Good luck, buddy.
There you go, Kendall Stevens. Well, there you go, Liam. You've been telling me for the better part of a year that you deserve a finder's fee, and Kendall Stevens in the league because of you. And
he agrees.
Turns out you're right.
Now he's going to come out and splash a whole bunch of 3 balls this season, and it's going to be fun to see him out here following in the footsteps of his old man.
Can't wait for it. Only about 6 weeks away, but right now we are in the depths of a battle for the NBL1 Championship. 53 apiece if you are just joining us for the first time. Firstly, welcome. There was a 14-point lead at quarter time for Bendigo, 15 early in the second, but it's now gone. It's tied at 53 after 20 minutes. What do you make of it?
Well, we spoke about the big three for Bendigo. Muo, Turner and Burton. They've combined for 44 of the Braves' 53 points in the opening half. And that's really got to be the focus for Nunawading. Make the others beat you. Hanson, Hogan, Bartlett and Dronicus Lloyd, when those guys get out there, because those three really have been sensational in the opening half. And for Nunawading, 10 of 15 from long range, they've been making it rain.
Wright, Hanopoulos, McDonald, Con, and Swatella for Nunawading. Turner, Hanson, Muo, Hogan, and Burton. Here is Muo, that's for Bendigo. Here is Muo for Bendigo. Step back on Con. Leaves a little short. Swatella had a big first half. Him and Turner battle for it. It comes off Turner's hand, and Nunawading will have a crack at it to take the lead. First possession for them in the third period.
Yeah, it was a really good defensive possession for the Spectres, and good switching there from Con and Swatella, and then Swatella contesting the offensive board there that Turner was trying to get after. So that's a tick for Coach Dave Bewer on that first trip at the defensive end.
Here's McDonald. Swatella, what a big first half he has had. Guarded by Burton, no double team. Gets into the little jump hook, can't hit it. Burton gets a defensive board and an empty possession for both teams to kickstart the third quarter. Here's Burton, met by a little double team by Con. Has to give it to Hogan, now to Turner. He'll face on Con again. Has done this all night and has done that pretty well as he gives Bendigo the lead again.
Well, we know that the game plan for Con is to sit down and stay in front. In order to do that, he's not a particularly quick guy, Simon Con. He's got to give Turner a bit of room.
Wright comes off the iron. Hanopoulos is going to keep it alive. They'll get another shot at it. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Con going straight back at Turner at the other end. No double team. Burton half fakes it, but it's too late. Gets too deep, and the big man is 300th. If he gets that close to the basket, he's not going to miss.
Yeah, well, I mean, Turner is playing Con the opposite down the other end. He's cramping his style. Doesn't want him to get that turnaround off. And as a result, Con going right to the front of the rim.
Turner tried to kick it to Muo after Burton had got the double team by Con and Wright. 53 apiece. I didn't ask you at half time, and I'll ask you now. Have you changed your tip?
No, I think Nunawading will get it, and they need to make sure they don't dig themselves into a big old hole like they did in the first quarter. But I think they have the depth as this thing plays out. Muo, Burton and Turner all playing big minutes, and I think Nunawading will have the legs down the stretch.
Tom Wright almost steals it from Muo. In the end, it doesn't get it on the inlet. There's Turner, pulls up, can't hit it. Hanopoulos kept it alive, straight to the hand of Swatella, and here's Shane McDonald. Going to reset, the quarterback for Nunawading, off the Con screen and a left-hand dribble. Got away with the carry. Now finds Con inside, guarded by Hanson. They'll need a double team. Con gives them a little bit of an out, kicks it to Tom Wright. That's off the iron. They were 10 to 15 in the first half. Nunawading from three ball. They're zipping two to start the third quarter. Burton inside. Turner was able to get Swatella. Just nudged him off just a little bit. Did it enough to get the wide open layup. .7:40 to go. 57-55. Right, 17 in the first half. Hanopoulos trying to take it on Muo. Gets into the key. Little fadeaway. The left-hand jumper is good.
He's had a great year, Costas
has.
Hanopoulos. His star-studded Nunawading lineup has really carved out a role and has the trust from head coach Dave Bewer to play in these big moments and deliver.
Hanson, three, in and out. Chance to take the lead now for Nunawading. Great little backdoor, bounce pass.
Wow, what a call.
I don't know.
Why?
I'll tell you what, you could see what was going to happen all the way down the court. We had the perfect eye line. I think it was a foot violation.
Yes, but why call it when the ball ended up in Tom Wright's hands, striding towards an open bucket?
Same theories down sportsman like in the women's game, I guess, Liam, if the call's there. I don't agree with that. I think they're calling to the letter of the book, I guess.
I guess so.
I would like to see it play on, although he did miss the layup as well. So Nunawading probably got away with that as McDonald. Maybe a little frustration there and no good.
And look, that's the scout. That's the scout for Bendigo. McDonald is a reluctant three-point shooter. 31% on the year. We mentioned he hit his first one of the night. He hit a huge one down the stretch last week in Ballarat. He's hit two tonight, but they're going to let him shoot that rather than get in the lane and distribute.
Burton Here's Hogan looking inside. Turner guarded by Con. 3-second call. Haven't seen one since 84, but there's one called right there on Ray Turner.
Well, that one might have been called by Dave Biwa in the lane, and he was marching
There's
along.
no might about it.
Here's Hogan looking
He's
inside.
marching along
Turner
the
guarded by
sideline,
Con.
right in the
3
referee's
seconds.
ear, and giving him the countdown.
57 apiece, 6:32 to go. NBL1 grand final, third period. McDonald inside to Con. Guarded by Turner. Burden half double team. Now he's going to do it again. Doesn't want to come. Now he'll come on the double team. Spins to the baseline. Gets bumped. In and out. Then we'll go to line for a couple of freebies to try and give Nunawading the lead.
And you can see Deontay Burton looking to dig in and make things difficult for Con. Not committing to the double team, but just digging in, and Con smartly spinning away from that help and drawing the contact from Turner, getting to the stripe, where he is an 87% free throw shooter on the year.
You mentioned the scout on Shane McDonald being a reluctant three-point shooter. Why would Burton not go and double team that straight away?
You probably should.
He was half pregnant. He kept inching, but didn't really do enough to make Con make any decision outside of the one that he would have made with single coverage anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other thing is Shaney Mack is a savvy veteran. He's a smart player.
Agreed.
So in that situation, he's likely to basket cut, and then Swatala will come and fill over, and you're into your rotations from there. But if Con continues to hurt, then the other thing is they've got faith in Turner to guard him straight up, single coverage down low.
Here is Muo, guarded by Wright. Got him a little bit of a hook. Con come from the weak side, got a block. Anopoulos picks it up. And Nunawading trying to go the other way. There's an unsportsmanlike. It was on the weak side, on the offside, so I need to look at a replay if we can. I think someone grabbed Shane McDonald as they ran down the other court. Keep your eyes to the left of the screen. All right, there's the shot. So as they go, now we're looking at the wrong one. Have we got it? No. Hansen was in the vicinity. I'm not certain if the foul was on Hansen.
Might have been a jersey pull.
Might have been a jersey pull on the weak side.
Shaney Mack got out in front. This is the 59% free throw shooter on the year. McDonald has had his struggles from the stripe. He's got 9 points now, 4 assists.
Yeah, top of screen there. Shane McDonald nails both. Just a little touch of the arm, I think it might have been a little grab. So, it's a little law, Liam.
Okay.
Unsportsmanlike.
Well, we missed it. Muo probably could have got a call down here as he went to work on Tom Wright. So, David Hogan and the Braves supporters won't be too pleased with all of that.
4-point lead for Nunawading. Here's Swatala. Look for it, couldn't find it. There's Shane McDonald. Back to Swatala at the top. Guarded by Hogan. They've been going at it all night. Crosses him back over. Fades away after left-hand dribbles. Always going to be short. Andronicus just into the game as well. Gets a rebound, and can Bendigo kickstart that momentum that gave him a 15-point lead in the second quarter. A lot of it behind this man. Burton for three. Over right. Off the iron. Hanopoulos gets the rebound. Shane McDonald wants to run. Now he gets a little semi-transition. Swatala gives him a little screen. Oh, McDonald was able to find Wright. Swatala thought it was him. In the end, it went to the right person. Tommy Wright, 15-footer baseline, nothing but net. And the lead is 6. Muo got it.
Big bucket, huge bucket. David Hogan probably was thinking about blowing a time out there to stop the momentum, but that one from Muo helps.
McDonald into the key. Little left-hand jump hook. He's into a double figures. He's got 11.
And Shaney McDonald's feeling it. You can see him calling for the ball in transition, saying, I've got my flow going right now. Set up right the previous possession, and they got right to the cup.
Muo guarded by Swatala. He's able to pick where he went. We're going to restart again. Off the dribble for 3. 45. Couldn't hit it. Hansen runs it down. And they'll restart again. Well, Hogan says, stuff the shot clock. I'm going to jack a triple. That's off. And
wow.
Just wants it more. And Nunawading keep it and lead by 6. Can they extend it? Last week in the Ballarat game, he 1%er. Oh, McDonald, great pass on the left-hand dribble. Anopoulos got it. Has to kick it out. It's ugly. Swatala thought about it. Drops it back to Anopoulos. Gets fouled. Surely doesn't call. It's 2 points nonetheless. As I was saying, is David Hogan does call that timeout. Hanopoulos last week, any single time Ballarat started to get a run on, It was the 1%, an offensive rebound, a tip on the defensive end to keep it alive, a scrappy layup that kept the momentum being stopped from Ballarat, and we're seeing exactly why in a couple of moments there.
Mate, that was a big, big moment. This is the McDonald finish. You talk about a moment in a ball game, and we're talking about momentum. That hustle play from Vernopolis. Muo was straight-legged, bent over, thought he'd just go and get it. And Vernopolis, as you called it, Cam, so beautifully, just wanted it more, and then comes down the other end, picks himself up off the floor, and finishes through the contact with Burton and tells him all about it too. Vernopolis just bringing the intensity and the hustle and the energy for the Spectres as they push out to a 12-point lead.
8-point lead.
Oh, sorry. What do we got?
One of us can't count.
Oh my!
It used to be me, but now there seems to be just two of us.
I've got a little obscured. I can't blame that. But you're right. I mean, he's had to play a variety of roles this season, Vernopolis. And you've spoken about it throughout the year on the NBL1 show, how they've had to juggle their 3x3 commitments within this squad with Lucas Walker and Tom Wright, head coach Dave Biwa, away from the team for long stretches and regularly throughout the season, and other guys have had to step up. Con and McDonald have been the stalwarts, as has Watella, although he's missed games with injury. But Vernopolis at times has had to step up his scoring, and at other times like tonight, he's just needed to be that bits and pieces guy who brings the energy and brings the hustle, and I think he's done a tremendous job playing all those different roles throughout the year.
67-59, just under 4 minutes to go, third period. Burton had a big first half, hasn't been able to get going yet here in the second. Adronicus still in the key, saying David Biwa. Hogan takes on Anopolis, gets inside, little left-hander, can't kiss it off the window. Walker with the rebound. And now Nunawading remarkably can try and push this out to a double-digit Spectre lead. Schwatala, guarded by Adronicus, wants the three, wants to take him on. That was ambitious to say the least. 67-59, 8-point lead. 11 on the shot clock. Shane McDonald to reset from the sideline right in front of the Braves bench. Schwatala, shot clock at 7 and 6. Guarded by Andronicus, just wants to step back, feeling it. He's fouled by Andronicus, and Dane Schwatala to go to the foul line for 3. Similar foul. Bendigo aren't overly happy with it, but almost an identical foul to what Simon Conn to Muo in that first half.
Yeah, you see, just puts the moves on here, Schwatala, and he has really been shooting the ball so well from long range throughout the year, and he's hit a couple, he's 2 of 2 from long range tonight, so Andronicus knows he needs to be there, and just, as you say, as Con did earlier, just a little overzealous. And whilst they've been struggling to contain Nunawading down that end of the floor, Cam, boy, Bendigo have been having all kinds of trouble offensively this quarter. Just a 6-point quarter. It was an offensive explosion to open the game, 33 in the first term. They were kept to 20, gave up 34 in the second, and have been on absolute lockdown thus far in the third.
What is it? What's changed? Now, they were getting a lot of one-on-one good looks, Burton, Muo, Turner at different times in the first half, but they were also in a situation where they were running isolation plays for themselves, and a lot of them was off a screener in the pick and roll, which, of course, is getting called. So it wasn't just free balling and jacking it. But what has changed in this third quarter compared to that first quarter and a half where they were really flowing?
Nunawading have just stuck to the game plan. They haven't changed anything up. They're guarding each and every one of their guys in the same way. And it's just one of those situations. I say, you know what, we're deeper. The game plan will work. We've just got to grind this thing out. And they're staying in front of Burton for the most part. He got to the cup right there. And they're just making him hit tough shots.
Walker met him at the rim. Burton was able to lay it in, though. It's back to 9. McDonald looking for Wright. Can't find him. Now looking for Schwatala. Can find him. No double team. Schwatala guarded by Hansen. Gets into the key. Kicks it outside. Walker, the ball just slipped right out of his hands. Burton wants to take it straight at right. Right picked where he was going. But in the end, he got him on the elbow. It's going to be an and one. And Burton, who had a big first half, has been able to find a little juice in the last 30 seconds and a chance for 5 straight points.
And I like the adjustment from Burton in these last couple of possessions. They say, you know what? We're a little dry here and we're jacking it up a little too much from the perimeter. I'm just going to put it on the deck and out-muscle Tom Wright and get myself right to the cup. And that's 2 straight possessions. He's been able to do that and get the finish.
23 points for Deontay Burton. Is that right, Liam? It is. Make that 24. I did famously tip him to have a 50-point game in our mid-season NBL1 show predictions. For a moment or two in the second quarter, I thought I was going to see it live here on grand final night. He's been great nonetheless. The lead's back to 6. The last 5 points for Burton and the Bendigo Braves. 70-64. It's Nunawading by 6. Here's McDonald. Tried to give it to Con. Didn't have him on the seal. Turner's able to, in the end, waltz around him and take the pill. Now we'll go the other way.
That's a great defensive play by Turner down the other end. I mean, this is a guy who has guarded Simon Conn time and time again, possession after possession, as the Spectres run their stuff, and he just read that like a book and fought his way over that screen, small to big screen, and came over the top, picked it off.
They've gone very big here, Bendigo, the last minute or two. Andronicus and Turner and Muo at the 3, of course.
Well, Nunawading similarly big in response. Sotella, Con, and Walker all out on the floor.
There is Muo. Goal! Nope. I was about to say got it, because right where we are under that basket, it looked like it was down, but it rattles out.
Oh, wow,
McDonald just crosses Lloyd over, finds Con, bread and butter. 2,411 times we've seen that combination do exact that thing. Finds the bottom of the net again. It's back to an 8-point lead. Here's Muo. Now guarded by Con. Got him on the dribble. Wants a clear out. Goes on the left-hand dribble. Goes to the baseline. Met by Walker. He has to kick it out. Lloyd turns it down. Burton does not. That one's in and out though, and right with the rebound. Walker a little gingerly gets up. Has a 4-on-5 for a split second.
This is Sotella offensive foul. He had the mismatch down low with Burton. I'd love to get a replay of that action. Get the mismatch down low and a little overzealous clearing space.
Look at this.
Burton. Keep your eye on Walker. Just cops a little elbow there from Andronicus. It's got to hurt. And then down the other end, I think it was Muo after the fact. Just a little shoulder just to let Sotella know he didn't enjoy what the big fella dished up to his point guard.
Here is Burton. Muo thought about it, gets around, gets into the key, met by McDonald, uses his height to get the shot up. Sotella snatches the rebound though, and Nunawading again with a stop. Held Bendigo to 11 points this quarter. McDonald off the Con screen, bumped into Andronicus, kicks it out, right for 3. Got it! He had 17 in the first half, and his hot hand continues to simmer here in the third quarter. The lead's back to 11.
He's got 22 now. Tom Wright, 6 of 10 from long range.
Muo on the step back. Andronicus uses the screen, kicks it outside, and he throws it straight out of bounds. And the defensive intensity hasn't wavered from Nunawading.
And doesn't it? Their supporters, and in particular their bench, love it. Just a raucous response to that defensive effort. You know that's what they're all about. That's what Dave Beaver says. Hey, we have talent and experience, and we got the system. We can get points on the board. But can we lock down these, in particular, these 3 super talented Bendigo scorers? And every time they get it done, they're hearing it from their bench.
Here's the 12. Here's what he wanted last possession. Gave away an offensive foul. This time gets the ball. Nice little double team. Kicks it out to Walker. He's not happy. He's got some sweat on the ball in the end. Might have been a little bit of old school trash talk, Rucker Park style, because the Bendigo defense halted for a split second. Gets to the bucket. They are They're nice.
They're very nice looking championship rings.
77-64. What a quarter has been for Nunawading. 24-11 has opened up that 13-point lead. Honopolis comes back in. Walker takes a break. Hanson's going to come in at the other end. Rayner takes a seat. Now Muo's in. Lloyd's taken a seat. I want to ask you, Liam Santamaria, what is going on here? Why is there a break for so long?
Just then?
Yeah. Anyway,
I was crunching some numbers.
That's okay.
I took the opportunity.
Kicks it out. Hogan,
Wow,
the
big
three,
hit.
and he drops it as the veteran to win the quarter in the best possible way for Bendigo. And that lead is back down to 10. We were knotted up at 53 at the half. It's now a 10-point Nunawading lead, 77-67. Liam Santamaria. Well, I was confused about why it was taking so long. You were going through the numbers. Tell me what you're seeing.
Well, what a massive shot that was from Chris Hogan, the veteran, stepping up right when they needed it. Down 13, going in to the three-quarter time break, and he slaps it and brings it back to 10. Here's the replay. Burton created the play and forced the help from Honopolis, and Hogan knocked it down. The big three, Burton, Turner, and Muir, they had scored all 11. Now, it's not a lot, but they'd scored every single one of Bendigo's points in that third term before that Hogan splash. And you got to credit Nunawading's D for locking in on those guys and continuing to execute the scout. We say those guys are going to shoot the vast majority of... Whoa! Half-court hit there from the young fella. Off screen, unfortunately.
He just won a car?
Maybe he won a whole bunch of something, the young fella, as he hit that.
I'll tell you what he's not getting.
From half court.
I'm not sure if that's his teammate or his rival who looks real stunned.
There's some love for him out there, but yeah, I mean it's an approach with these three doing so much damage that has worked so well for Bendigo over the past month or so. But tonight, Nunawading have been able to ride that wave and make life tough for them after that blistering opening quarter. And right now it's paying dividends because not many others are coming to the party. That's 10 now for Hogan. He's hit a couple of shots. But Hanson hasn't knocked anything down. They have 2 points off the bench, Bendigo, and that depth for Nunawading just coming into play as the Spectres grind away at this thing.
Who wins?
I've been telling you all year.
Yeah, you have. You finally got one right.
We've got 10 minutes to play here.
Which is going to be one more than me. Tom Rice gets deep in the key.
We got a whole bunch of time to play here. Say all the Bendigo supporters watching on.
Left
and rightfully so.
Floater no good. Now Burton's had a big day. Getting to the bucket. Gets the bump. Throws it off the window. Can't get it. Honopolis runs it down. He just wanted it more. And he got it. Right, into the key. McDonald wanted to go one more. Couldn't get to Swatala. Right, straight on three. That's off the iron. Burton with the rebound. Asking for a clear out. Guarded by Shane McDonald. Got no help nowhere. Now just dribbles it all the way into the painted area. Spins around. Met by Cohen. Kicks it out. Hanson. Passes. Hogan hit his last one. Can't hit that one. Honopolis again just wanted it more. Pushes it to right. He's got a one-on-one with Hogan. Uses the body. Can't finish it.
Oh,
but
wow.
Honopolis might have been pushed by either Burton or Hanson. We'll have a look at the replay. Either way, the foul's on Bendigo.
And again, the activity from Honopolis. Look at here. Look at his effort here on the defensive glass. Knocking it clear from Turner. I spoke about Nunawading doubling Turner to keep him off the defensive glass. And you see
the pack.
They got the pack mentality there, and Honopolis, his energy on the offensive glass, earning Nunawading an extra possession.
Got it.
Bang. Well, Muo, big answer. Needed that.
This is what needs to happen, and this is why Bendigo is still in this game. because they only need to get hot for 8 minutes. So what they've done for the last 5 weeks, they needed for 8 minutes to have a chance to win a championship.
Well, we saw it in the opening quarter, didn't we? But they've been on ice ever since. Big response there from Slatala, and this thing is fun to watch, Cam. This is one hell of an NBL1.
Did he just tell the Bendigo bench he's eating? I think he might have. Burton inside, had to kick it out. Great D by Wright. Now inside to Turner. There's a double team from Wright. Had to fade away from it, and it's short off the iron. And Nunawading again, a big stop. McDonald. Con. 3. It is 300th. Down it goes. The lead is now 14. And David Hogan says we need time. Big bucket. 84-70. We have a look at this. Here's Muo just pulling straight up on Switala. Has a couple of words for him. Then we come down the other end. And it was Switala who just faces up, kisses it off the window and says,
I'm cooking.
I'm cooking.
I'm cooking here. And then here's the Con triple, and you called it so beautifully, Cam, and he's 300th in a big moment, knocking that thing down. Hasn't had a massive offensive impact, Con. We know he averages 20 and 10. And you can pretty much lock in those 20 points game after game. Well, that's just 10 for him now on the night, but boy, he has had his hands full down the other end guarding Ray Turner, making life tough for him. You can keep Turner below 50% from the field, you're doing a pretty good job. And if you can keep him off the offensive glass, and Turner only has 1 offensive rebound on the night, so he's been doing a mountain of work, Con, and there, hitting a big shot in a big moment.
And the way Nunawading have guarded Turner, either one-up coverage with Con or with the double team as we've seen, they've made him fade, which makes it irrelevant when it comes to offensive rebounding. Ray Turner's been really eating the last month.
It's his shot, though.
It is his shot, but I think you did live and die with that in this game, because offensive rebounds have been a huge part of how he's been getting his buckets of late as his team's got hot. Here's Muo. Dead by Con. Had to kick it out. They can't get anything easy right now, Bendigo. Muo uses the eyebrow raise. Can't respond to Con 3. McDonald gets the rebound. Here's Anopoulos. Con wants it inside. They go away from him. Here's Switala. 84-70. They trail by 15 in the second quarter, Nunawading. Hanson's able to come from behind and take it from McDonald. Hogan, 3. Needs it. Can't get it. Switala, big bodies bumping. Muo's able to run it down. Little lob. Oh, Anopoulos just comes from nowhere. Rotation defense, brilliant. Hits it away, and Nunawading again. Stop Bendigo from putting some heat on the rim. Here's McDonald. Con. Switala. Given some space by Hogan. He faces up on him. 16-footer. That one's off the iron. Muo with the under. 10-3. Rebound. Comes the other way. Oh, tried to go left. Great defense, Tom Wright. Not as good on a second time, but Muo can't finish it. Anopoulos gets the rebound, and they are frustrated right now, this Bendigo Braves team.
Wow, it's physical, isn't it? There's a real 3x3 kind of vibe in terms of the officiating, and Tom Wright loving it. Bodying up with Mathiang Muo and making life difficult.
McDonald pushed him off. Burton, he did sell it a little bit by throwing the head back.
You can see Muo having a chat with the official down the other end, and you can be confident he's talking about how they're guarding him when he's looking to operate. That's what he does. He's an isolation offensive player. There he is having a chat. David Hogan's going to pull him out of the game for a little while. The frustration is real for Mathiang Muo right now.
You like pulling him out?
Not really. I'll tell you why, it's now or never.
It is now or never.
Bendigo.
I understand exactly the reason as to why David Hogan has done it, but they're not winning this game without Muo getting a little bit hot.
And they're not winning this game unless they make a run right now. Down 14.
Turner! Nunawading are looking around as into where the foul was. look. It was a great pass. But here's Hogan just lobs it up there.
I'll tell you, they haven't had the rub of the green Bendigo tonight. Do you know what I mean? They've had a couple of tough calls, the Braves.
I'll grant you that.
A long, long way from home.
They got the rub of the green there.
But they got a favourable whistle there, and I'm not going to question it.
We'll leave that to the Nunawading players to continue. Either way, when it's all said and done, Ryan Turner's at the foul line. His team trailing by 14, 5:56 to go, fourth quarter. First one's no good. Simon Conn saying to the referee, ball don't lie.
I would have thought he might have got that one back there. Swatella coming into the laneway.
Turner back to it again. Swatella right in front of us. Very, very talkative as Turner nails the second one.
He was pretty talkative on the show during the week, just quietly. And chatting with a couple of Bendigo supporters, they found it very interesting, some of the things Big Dane had to say. But hey, I tell you what, the big fella has...
He talked the talk, and
he's been walking the walk all night tonight. 22 points. He's 2 of 2 from long range, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. He's going to represent the NBL1 All-Stars at the NBL Blitz next month down in Tassie. And as well and truly deserves his spot, earned his spot in that lineup.
Here he is on cue. Shot clock at 8. That's 7. Little step back fadeaway. Tries to dump it inside to Hiranopoulos, and it was well read by Turner. Turner going to go straight back at Con. That's how the game started. Chris Hogan asking for a goaltend. The ball was on the way down, and by on the way down, I mean a metre under the ring.
What's going on there exactly? Why do we have? Is it Thor?
I think
and
it's
Captain America?
I believe so.
Those fellas are in the building?
It's a big night.
Okay.
It's a big night.
Well, it's a big couple of minutes coming up here for Bendigo. Timeout chance for their coaching staff.
Time to put Muo back in.
It's definitely time to put Muo back in. And with 5.5 minutes to play, down 13 in the championship game against this is a veteran team, Nunawading, that whilst, as Darryl McDonald said to us in the second quarter, you're not going to blow them out. They're also not going to just give up leads. It's not how they operate. They're a savvy team. They know how to hold leads. So they're not going to give it to you. You're going to have to come and take it off them. And the three guys that can get that done are Deontay Burton, Mountiang Muo, and Ray Turner. So, okay, we've got the whole crew, actually. We've got the whole crew there.
Explain this, Liam Santa Maria. If they're going to dance and do a wonderful job, as they are, they should be on court.
Why aren't they on court?
I don't know.
And look, I never would have thought I saw it.
I don't know the fella with the hat on, but he's wishing he was standing anywhere else there right now.
I've been wondering what the Avengers have been up to.
Have they been watching the NBL1 season?
Okay. Nice.
I think
I tell you what, it is nice to see Iron Man back up and about.
Yeah, well, Thor's down because he tipped Geelong early in the year in the women's side of it and fell a little bit short. Not sure where they went with the men's side of it. If they tip Nunawading, they'll be not confident, but comfortable right now. They lead by 13.
Not confident.
No, they won't. Well, they're not going to be sitting there. They'll be comfortable. Not.
They'd be comfortable. They'd be confident. They'd be feeling all kinds of pretty good, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, they're feeling good. Still 5.5 to go with the team with the firepower Bendigo.
This is a guy who called this thing over 4.5 minutes ago.
They called the women's game over half as Swatella just slips over. Lloyd picks it up, kicks it out. Burton wide open for 3, needs it. Short. Turner uses the left-hand tip and it's down. The lead is back to 10.
And Ray Turner has asserted his authority over this game in the last couple of minutes. Has been a massive handful inside the painted area.
Con, guarded by Hogan. 2 absolute veteran superstars. Kicks out, Swatella. Talked it during the week, couldn't hit it. Turner gets hit. Con copped a cheapie as well on the way down. Fair bit of accidental contact there. I see Lucas Walker grabbing for the knees, a little ginger.
I tell you, if I'm Nunawading head coach Dave Biwa, and far be it for me to tell him what to do with his rotations, is he's a very savvy basketball operator.
But you're about to.
It looks like, and that's probably, you can't do it right now with Simon Conn coming out with the blood rule. But I was about to say, I've been looking to get Dane Swatala out of the game for just a minute or so here. Just to let the big fella cool his jets a touch. He's been his radar's been a little off from long range the last few minutes, and a couple of turnovers, the slip at half court. It's just the wheels sort of coming off a little bit for Swatala midway through this fourth quarter, and he's the kind of character that in those situations does often need just a moment. Just say, all right, just relax, get yourself together. But with Con out, sorting this
little nick under
issue
the
out, Biwa's in a situation where he needs to leave Swatala out there. And right now it's Lucas Walker guarding Ray Turner, and he has his hands full.
It's going to be an automatic double team, you'd think here. Here is Bartlett, top of the key, guarded by McDonald. Kicks it out, Lloyd gets away for a little walk, gets inside with a nice little jumper and hits it though. From about 7 foot, it's back to 8. The last 6 belong to Bendigo.
Big hit from the 21-year-old role player Lloyd.
Swatala, guarded by Bartlett. Shot clock down the 10, Swatala. McDonald, off the iron, you're going to get another 14 though, and Nunawading. Walker runs it down. Time is the friend of the Nunawading Spectres right now. You don't want to go negative. Walker. McDonald kicks it out to Swatala. Gave it up. Travelled.
This is what I'm talking about. And the point I was making a moment ago. Cam, Swatala, the errors are just starting to kind of come into the game as this thing tightens up a little.
Walker doing a great job on Turner. They can't get it to him as he fronts and bodies him. Now Hogan gets around Swatala too easy. On the left hand, it's down. It's down to 6. The last 8. Ganopoulos can't finish it. Burton with the rebound. Far be it to me to say what David Biwa should do, but I'd get a timeout until Simon Conn's ready to get back on. Burton! For 3.
Good call, but you know what's going through Dave Biwa's head right now is I've only got one timeout left.
I know.
And as Bendigo comes back into this thing, and we need one for a game winner down the stretch, I want to keep that thing up my short sleeve.
Swatala turned into a double team if Burton gets him on the arm.
The question is whether Simon Conn's going to come back out on the floor. Is he getting the big
It looks like the big bandage from where we sit. Right under the eye was sort of the eye socket, a little bit under. So
right under the eye. This is going to be an interesting looking bandage.
Yet again, I'm no doctor. I say that too often on the NBL show. I think that's obvious from people who listen to me talk. Muo back in. They've trimmed that lead from 14 to 6 with Muo on the bench. He's cooled his jets for a couple of minutes. He's right. Gets inside. Turner comes from the weak side. Hanopoulos runs it down though. Shot clock at 10. McDonald. Hanopoulos. Bang! He just wants it more, Liam Sandemire.
He wants it a heck of a lot, Renopoulos. He's come up big in a variety of ways.
Turner on Walker. Fouled on Walker. Got him on the arm. He'll go to the foul line for 2.
What a couple of huge plays down the other end. First it was Turner sending it packing, and then Costas for Renopoulos stepping up and splashing it from long range just to settle all the Spectres' nerves.
And takes a seat. Simon Conn comes in. 99% certain he cannot breathe. Simon
Can
Conn
we get a close up
with the bandage. Turner goes to the foul line.
Is that bandage, I mean, he's fiddling with it, he's working it, it's coming under the ear on his right-hand side, over the nose, and across the abrasion.
They actually call that the over the nose, under the ear.
There's a real sort of gladiator look about him.
It's back to 7. 2:50 to go. Championship game. 87-80. Wright gets inside. Beats the pressure fairly easy. That one's off the iron though. Floater from 4 foot was no good. And Bendigo a chance to cut it down again. Muo, guarded by Swatala, gives him the hesitation with the left-hand dribble, kicks it out. Hogan, 3, net. It's back to 4.
Oh my goodness, Chris Hogan, the veteran, stepping up once again. Boy, he's hit some big shots.
Right, same move as the previous possession. That one comes out of the iron. Although Ray Turner knocks him down, he's going to go to the foul line for a couple.
Oh, we've spoken ad nauseum at the need for some others to step up and carry a bit of a scoring load, and as Nunawading throw numbers at that big 3. There's again the replay of Turner sending that one away. What a terrific defensive play, but it led to the Ronopoulos 3. But Hogan, he's got 15 now. He's hit 3 from long range. He's 6 of 11 from the field overall in what may be his last game for the Braves, the Bendigo legend.
Wright hits the first. Hogan also, speaking of Hogan then, hits the second as Tom Wright. Also hit that 3 right on the buzzer at 3/4 time, which gave them a little, not to say the game was done, but that little momentum leading into the break. Here's Muo straight to the bucket on Swatala. Con was too late on the help. And Muo gets it down. It's still 4 the difference. Swatala over the timeline. We are at 2 minutes. Championship game. Season. And 38 minutes in the books. It's a 4-point lead for Nunawading. Right, Hanopoulos. This man just continues to get the job done.
What a beautiful offensive possession there from Nunawading.
Muo, 3, got it.
Oh, good Lord.
This is a contest. Last man standing.
And this contest perfectly encapsulated by those last couple of possessions. Nunawading, the depth of talent, the veteran experience, the teamwork, the ball getting through hands and ending up with the Ronopoulos finish at the rim. Beautiful execution, and then going down the other end, the individual brilliance of Mathieu Muo saying, I am just going to step in, rise up, and knock this thing down in your face.
91-88, Pac State Basketball Centre, NBL1 Grand Final. Earlier in the women's, it was Kilsyth, a 10-point win over Geelong. They were the 4th seed. They found the momentum late in the season and carried them to a championship. Bendigo, the 8th seed, played a mini elimination final in the last regular season game against Geelong. Got that done. Beat Melbourne, beat Kilsyth, beat Frankston. Now take on Nunawading, who were in the top 4 for majority of the year. They had players in and out. A lot of the 3x3 hustle took away some players. They lost to Frankston in the opening night of the finals. They beat Geelong, where they really had to come over a 4th quarter comeback to knock the Supercats out. They were brilliant last week in Ballarat, knocking out the number 1 seed. And after trailing by 15 in the 2nd quarter tonight, they've battled all the way to have their own 14-point lead that's been whittled to 3.
Massive out of timeout possession here. What did Dave Biwa call up? It's these possessions why I have always thought Nunawading were going to win this title. The veteran experience and ability to execute in these tight moments. Let's see what they come up with.
McDonald. Walker. Swatala. Here's Muo, has the last 5 for 3. Off the iron. Swatala just snatches it out of the air. Right with it. 5-point Nunawading lead. Minute 18 on the clock. McDonald. Con. Inside. Little jump hook over Burton, who gets him on the elbow. He took his time. There was no speed about it. But he was composed and will earn a couple of foul shots.
Well, there hasn't been much speed about it. We're gone for a long time. And as you say, you can't imagine having a nice time breathing out there. That bandage wrapped tight around his schnoz. But the 2017 Siebel MVP, the man well and truly in the running to take out this season's league MVP, announced at the NBL1 awards event tomorrow, just able to do enough to draw the foul, get himself to the foul line, where for a very, very, very long time he's been cash money.
Nails the first. Game 300. Nails the second. It's a 7-point lead, 70 seconds to go. Nunawading, you would think one huge defensive stop away from finishing the Bendigo Braves season a 1-win short. 95-88. What a season, what a night, what a game. 7-point lead. Who takes the shot here? David Hogan working on what it is?
Hold on. Oh, geez. I think I just spotted big Long John Gorge
in the house.
In the crowd. They're taking in the Avengers and the dance crew and everything that we've had to offer. And I tell you, hasn't it been, sorry, I missed your question, but let me just say, hasn't it been a high-level night of action? Huge. It was pretty shocking to see how the way in which Kilsyth dismantled that stacked Geelong lineup in the women's grand final, and then the quality of this matchup going back and forth. Bendigo up big in the first term, Nunawading bringing it back. We've been going toe-to-toe throughout this second half, and what a terrific way to finish up what's been a sensational inaugural season of the competition.
Where does this ball go for Bendigo?
You're play off Burton. Play off Burton, bring Turner up for the high pick and roll. And if it's late in the shot clock, nothing happening, find Muir.
Here is Burton. Big first half. Can't get it. Met by Swatella. Left-hand dribble, finds it to Turner. Swatella gives him a little bump. It's an and one. Swatella was a little bit late as he helped on Burton. By the time he got back to Turner, he was already on the way up. Hard to stop. And a 3-point play to keep Bendigo within 2 possessions.
It was interesting what they ran. Yes, they did put the ball in Burton's hands, but the play was for Muir. The pick and pop action up the top, but he was well covered. But Deontay Burton, as he has done time and time again throughout the second half of this season, made a play and found Turner at the rim.
Leaves it short. Walker gets the rebound. And Nunawading are under a minute here with the ball and lead by 5. McDonald. A lot of leeway by Burton. I think he needs to get up on him, try and make him at least make a decision. Here's Swatella, double team from the weak side. It's Hogan. Con, top of the key. Right. Shot clock at 3. At 2. Drops it to Swatella. You would think that'll do it. And 1. The lead is out to 7, 38.5 seconds to go. And Bendigo, and the intensity on that play, allowed Nunawading to soak time and do whatever they wanted to do offensively.
Yeah, it was strange the way they guarded it. Like you said, they weren't really getting after it. They doubled the post, and Nunawading so good out of those rotations, punishing you. They're in no rush. They're so poised, and the ability to put it in Tom Wright's hands late in the clock, and he did exactly what Burton did down the other end. He put it on the deck, made a play, set up Swatella, and the big fella, hasn't he had a night? Able to finish at the rim through contact.
97-90, 38.5 seconds to go. Dane Swatella, 3-point play opportunity. Can't finish it. Turner with the rebound. Bendigo have got to go. 97-90, 3, Turner, looks short from the moment left the hands. Hanopoulos wanted it more, he's got it. Foul, Bumblebee on Hansen. They led by 15 in the second quarter. Bendigo was all knotted up at the half, and Nunawading have just continued to grind it away. And Bendigo, while they've given it their best shot, look like they're going to fall a little short.
And he really has been sensational tonight, Costas Veronopoulos. That's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. 5 of 6 from the field. And it's these other Spectres, Con, McDonald, Wright, Swatella, Walker, that get all the buzz and have all the name recognition. It's the man with the longest name who has really set the tone for them today in terms of hunger and desire and those high-energy hustle players.
Who's got the most points for Nunawading?
Swatella has 26.
26, okay.
Tom Wright, 24.
Cool. Hanopoulos runs down his own rebound and then throws it away. I would actually have Hanopoulos as MVP of the night. I think he's been unbelievable. Hogan for three, can't hit it. Swatella. Fight, fight, fight. Got it. It's over. Good look there. Couldn't knock it down. And that'll close it out. I'm serious about Hanopoulos.
Yeah.
I think his desire and motivation and want in critical moments.
I feel you.
Yeah.
And I think he's been sensational.
You don't
like I
agree.
said. I actually think it's this man, Dave Swatella.
I think he will probably get it. He's been great as well.
Yes, he's their leading scorer, but he has been asked to do such a variety of things for this team tonight. We've seen him guarding, chasing Muo around.
That's true.
Throughout the night. At one end, he's been muscling up on the glass. He's been throwing his body around left, right, and centre, and he's made a whole bunch of big plays at the offensive end. He's 10 of 17 from the field. He's got 27 now, 9 rebounds, 3 assists and a block. The big fella's been getting a whole bunch done and stuffing the stat sheet along the way.
He did talk the talk on the NBL1 show with us during the week. He's walked the walk tonight. He's had a big night. And you would think that he is going to get Nunawading home here. There's Hogan, kicks it out. Lloyd, three. That's off the iron. Con with the rebound. And that will do it. Nunawading are the NBL1 champions. 99-90. A huge win for the Spectres, who tasted defeat last year at the hands of the Hobart Chargers in the SABL Championship game. And they've returned 12 months later and got the job done. Huge effort. Bendigo, the 8th seed, all the way to the championship game and were brilliant. But to the winners go the spoils. And what a massive win for Nunawading. They have been outstanding for a long period of time. They lost to Frankston in the first week of the finals at Frankston. They went home in an elimination game and knocked off Geelong. Then they were able to do what not many had done this year, go to Ballarat, knock off the Miners in a prelim and end up here tonight in the championship game. Found themselves 14 down at quarter time, 15 down the second quarter. Got their own double-digit lead in the fourth, but in the end, Bendigo, as great as they were, fall just a little short. The Nunawading Spectres in Simon Con's 300th game are the champions. Liam Santa Maria getting deep into the Nunawading Spectres throng right now. He's trying to grab, I believe, not Dane Swatella. He's going to grab, might be going to grab Shane McDonald, I think. I can't quite see him. I think he has got Shane McDonald. Liam Santa Maria to you.
Macca, you got it done, mate. How's it feel?
Awesome, mate. Like, that's my last game of basketball. So, I mean, I just love that we've done it with this team, with this club. It's been my life for 15 years, and it's going to be my life for the rest of my life. So, I'm ecstatic.
Mate, congratulations on an unbelievable career. You have been a legend of Victorian basketball and Australian basketball for a long, long time. Kudos on that. This game, down 14 at quarter time. What did it say about this team that you were able to turn that thing around?
Yeah, it was a really bad start, but I think we just always got inner belief because we've been together for so long and we've been in so many of those moments where we just dig ourselves out. Not ideal, but we still had that inner belief. We knew we were going to make a shot at it.
How hard's it going to be to hang them up?
I mean, this feeling here is what you play for, but I've known most of the year that it's going to be my last one, so I've really soaked in every moment. I love the game, so I'm still going to be around it. I love coaching, Yeah, it's going to be hard still, for sure.
Mate, congrats. Enjoy it, and well done on a sensational career.
Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it.
Shane McDonald announcing his retirement. He hinted at it in a great article during the course of the week on NBL1.com.au with Roy Ward.
Dave.
But it more than likely will be. He's just announced it there that it is. I know Liam Santamaria is still deep in there. Fire away, Liam. Who you got?
Dave, wow, that was a roller coaster. How's it feel, mate?
Man, they came out, and I was just thinking about that question you asked about how good they were playing. In that first quarter, they gave us a lot of their weapons, and our guys, to our credit, just stayed with it. You know, we did a little bit of a change-up, doubling Burton, and kind of switched things up a little bit on him. There, slowed that down, but Turner, Muau, and him were just absolutely dominating, and you could see it really early while they were in this game.
Obviously, Tom Wright, Shane McDonald, the absolute legend who is a net. We'll talk about him in a second. Simon Conn, Dane Swatel. Those guys were all sensational. Talk to me about Costas Chronopoulos, what he did for you guys today.
Oh my God, that first half, I was looking at him going, where's my Costas? Where's my Costas? And then that second half, he just lit up the intensity. We talked about it in the change rooms about how they had 7 or 11 offensive glass, and he just put it on his shoulders. I mean, I think he's like 5'3", but he got every offensive rebound, and some of those loose balls he got, with no reason he should have got them. And he's the heart of our team. You know, when you watch him play, you're not sure it's beautiful, but when you're a teammate of his, it's awfully beautiful.
The guy who stepped up, not just today, but in the campaign, is Dane Swatala. You had him doing a whole variety of things today. How did you assess his performance?
I thought it was great. I thought early on when he was guarding Muau, I thought he forgot about the defensive boards, and I thought he needed to get big on the boards again, and come fourth quarter, he did it all. So, I mean, in that first half, him and Tom Wright kept us in the game. You know, that post move, that post delivery he was doing, and Tom hitting the 3 ball kept us in range. So once the whole thing was clicking, you know, it gave us a chance to come back and do what we did.
Shane McDonald just announced his retirement on the broadcast. What do you got to say about Macca?
Oh my God, he's like having a coach out. He makes me look so good out there. I mean, he's so calm. Even down that stretch when we had a couple of turnovers, and normally I would call a timeout, I knew he would settle the group, and I could keep a couple of the timeouts in my back. And I played with him way back when as well, and he has just blossomed and blossomed and blossomed. And the slower that he's got on the court, the smarter he's got on the court. So it's a shame he's retiring because he still does so much for us. And good news is we sent him out in a good way, so I'm really happy for him.
There's so much love amongst this group. The fact that you just fell at the final hurdle last year, how much more sweeter does that make this one?
Oh man, I don't know. Those last year is so bitter. You know, we thought we had a great team, and we thought, you know, Muau gave us an absolute hiding, and then I started to see it again this game. So, you know, when I think about the game and whether it was sweet or whatever, just that fight, you know, we could have easily laid down in that first quarter when they gave us, you know, that hiding, but we didn't. We stayed with it, and next thing you know, it's 53-53 at halftime, and that's kind of what that team's about. Like, I think Simon had maybe 2 points at halftime, and he's getting scored on all the time by Turner. He wasn't mad at all. Dane was doing his thing, Waxy was doing his thing, and that's the kind of team we got, you know? Whoever's turn it is, they let it be that turn.
This feeling is what it's all about?
It's all about, man. This is why we do it.
Enjoy. Congrats, mate.
Thanks.
Head coach of the Nunawading Spectres, David Biwa there with Liam Santamaria. What a night it has been. MVP to be announced very shortly. Conn with 15, McDonald with 12, 28 for Suatala, 11 for Nopoulos, 24 for Tom Wright. He had 17 in the first half as they were able to grind away from a double-digit lead. It has been one hell of a night for the Nunawading Spectres. Lucas Walker off the bench with 9. Down the other end, Bendigo, who were great in the first half, 15 for Hogan. Muau had 23. Turner had 24. Had 9 rebounds. Burton had 24, 19 of them in the first half. But in the end, they fall just a little bit short. We look towards Liam Santamaria on court. Presentation's not too far away. If you haven't got your tickets yet as well, it's not too late. Tickettech.com.au
brother.
for tomorrow. Liam Santa Maria, who you got?
Hey, come on, man. Dane, mate. You guys are down 14 at quarter time. What does it say about this team? You're able to turn that thing around and get the win.
If you want to give me crap about giving cliches again, it's veteran. It's veteran leadership. It's alphas like Shane on the floor. It's having that constant like Simon. It's just, you don't panic. And every time you think you get a break against us, we just keep coming. That's what gets to this point all throughout the season. That's what pushes us through the finals, and that's what got us over the hump here in the championship game. So it's just part of it.
You were cooking. You told him about it midway through that second half. What were you seeing out there offensively?
It's just, when we got everything else going, it just opens the floors and different options. And Hogan's giving me motivation, asking if my calorie intake was full for the day. I told him I was still hungry. So that's part of having fun, though. I mean, I love Hogan as a coach, and that competitive vibe, that competitive atmosphere. It adds that little bit of excitement to the game, you know, and then trusting your teammates that, you know, when Tommy had to go in the first, and that we just keep going to that guy got it going. And once that kind of breaks down, then we hit that with our constants. Side pick roll, finding our spots in space, and that's why we come out top.
You did it, mate. Congrats. Good luck. Enjoy it with the fellas.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Liam Santa Maria of Dane Switala. We might grab the MC, who's about to start Megan Huswaite, and take us through the presentations. Liam Santa Maria and I'll be back in a matter of moments after it's all said and done to wrap up championship night.
As part of the inaugural NBL1 Championship Day. I first want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet on, and their elders, past, present, and emerging. Welcome to the Canning Basketball Victoria CEO and Mike Bainbridge, Basketball Victoria President, Andy Crook, Chief Operating Officer of the NBL, and Brad Joyner, Chief Commercial Officer of the NBL, and several other VIP guests. Well, first, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic and fitting end to the NBL1 Championship season today. With Bendigo Braves, what a story for them to make the finals and win the championship game. And the Nunawading Inspectors as well. Round of applause for both teams, please. We want to start today's presentation ceremony by acknowledging our three officials in today's championship game, Daniel Barry, David Baddock, and Ruben Woolcock. We move now with today's championship game MVP. And today, it has been awarded to, from the Nunawading Inspectors, Dane Switala. Dane, what a performance today. Just a few quick words from you. Obviously, this means a lot to the group after last year, but a few quick words from your end.
It's that bitterness that you keep from, you know, losing the grand final last year and keeping the same core group of guys together. I've said it every interview, everything I've been on, the veteran leadership, having alphas on the floor and extensions of the coach, and Shane and Simon. You know, and Tommy stepping up big, and just when every guy, when their moment is called, we have enough guys to step up and rise to the occasion. You know, the bench guys that came in with their bodies out all year, that's as big a team effort I've ever seen. Right out of grand final win. So, let's go.
Congratulations, your championship MVP, Dane Switala. I'd now like to call upon the captain of the Bendigo Braves, Ray Turner, to come forward and accept the runners-up pennant for NBL1 2019. Maddie Andronicus, welcome Matt to the stage, please. And Matt, come over here. Congratulations, not the result you're looking for tonight, but it's been a hell of a story and a hell of a ride for you through the championship game.
Yeah, it's been a really good time this season. A lot of people doubted us, and even early this season we picked out making finals. But yeah, we fought our way back. We got into it, yeah, we got all those championship games.
Fantastic. Anyone would like to thank on behalf of the Braves here today?
I'd like to thank all of our fans for making their way down for us.
Wonderful. Thank you, Matthew Angelicus. Congratulations to the Bendigo Braves, runners-up in the inaugural NBL1 season 2019. All right, and now we introduce our NBL1 champions, starting with number 1, Costas Ronopoulos. Number 2, Lucas Walker. Number 3, Ben Ed. And number 4, Shane McDonald. And number 6, Jesse Casper. Number 11, Jack Saunders. Number 12, Luke Van Ryn. Number 13, there's not too many better ways to bring up 300 games, Simon Kong. Number 14, Andrew Steele. Number 15, Sean Cook. Number 22, Zane Swatella. Team Physio, Rosie Moore. Team Manager, Neville Griffiths. Now the 2 players who didn't suit up today, I'm asked to acknowledge them and get them up here. Number 5, Jack Gandolfo. Number 9, Daniel Baxter. Assistant coach, Duncan Berg. Tim Bamford. That just leaves 2, head coach Dave Beaver. And the captain, number 10, Tom Wright. Now I'll leave you 2 gentlemen up here. I'll leave the microphone between the 2 of you. But give me some quick thoughts. It's been a hell of a story. I said this year, Dave. What does it mean to you and the group?
Yeah, firstly, thanks for everybody coming out. Bendigo, you guys are amazing. That last stretch, down the home stretch from 8th spot, and the way you played basketball was very apparent in that first quarter, and you gave us an absolute scare. So I know you guys got a lot more to come. Congratulations to Dave on his first year. That's amazing. So, to all our sponsors, thanks for putting this team on the court. All our juniors, thanks for all the support as well. And then I guess what does this mean? What does it mean, Tommy? It means a lot. I mean, we came so close last year, and the heart of this team, and the fact that each and every one of them kind of just wishes as much for the guy next to him as he does for himself is why we're probably standing up here as champions. Nobody is selfish on this team. Tonight, Simon Kahn probably only had 2 or 4 points in the first quarter, and he was just the loudest guy, getting Dane getting his thing done, Tom getting his thing. It was just kind of the epitome of this team. And I think, Dane, you talked about it on the NBL1 show about you're not sure where it's coming from. And that's hard to do. You have to have selfless teammates, and that's what we do. So tonight, we're going to be selfish. All right.
First of all, thanks so much to Bendigo. I know it hurts. We were there last year. It's tough, but I know you guys will bounce back. And 8th seed, incredible run, but I know you guys are so much better than that. I think you're playing well above your record tonight. Really pushed us that first quarter. I was worried. You guys were on fire. But credit to our guys. I think we hung in there. A lot of perseverance. We've been up and down this whole year, but I know we've got such incredible depth, like Dave talked about. You know, any guy can come up and step up on the night. So I think it's huge. Like, it means so much to be able to bounce back from last year, and pretty much the same core group. Had a couple of guys with so much depth and just come back and take it out. So huge thank you to the club. Incredible place to play. All the supporters here, amazing. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Dave. Well, I can see that the trophy and the pennant has been handed over, so there's only one more thing I can do, and that is to present to you your 2019 NBL1 champions, the Nunawading Spectres.
Well, there you go. Champions, NBL1, Nunawading Spectres, 99-90 over the Bendigo Braves. And as we just heard from Tom right there, 12 months ago they were in this exact stadium, last SCABL Championship, losing to the Hobart Chargers. It fueled them so much of 2019, as in the end, they'll be the ones cutting down the net. Shane McDonald announced his retirement. You're the first person to know. I'm assuming he's told no one else, but yeah.
He's a legend. He is on screen right
Yep.
there. What an absolute legend of Victorian basketball. Come out of that Horsham pipeline of talent and has just been the man at this level for a long time. Had some time in the NBL with Singapore Slingers and certainly the New Zealand Breakers. I think I'm missing someone else there. But then at the Seabull level and NBL1 this year has just been terrific. And what a way to go out. 12 points and 10 assists. Just a quintessential Shane McDonald line, that one. And with the championship trophy in his arms.
Wonderful night, wonderful season. Before we do get out of here as well, and if you are just joining us and missed the earlier game, it's the Kilsyth Cobras who are the champions in the women's. They win by 10 points over Geelong. So congratulations to Kilsyth as well. We've had a pretty big year. NBL1 show, of course, and so much fun every Tuesday and Wednesday being able to talk about this wonderful competition. So a few people just to thank as well. Andy Crook, who of course we heard from tonight, COO of the NBL. The NBL. We've got Dean Anglin, who's a GM of the NBL1. He's the one who I have a feeling he's going to let his head down tomorrow at the awards ceremony, actually, at Pond Nightclub. Tickets still available, tickettech.com.au. To everyone behind the scenes, of course, everyone at Sportscast as well. Luke Zicari, who's the producer of the NBL1 show and does a lot of the NBL1 media as well. To all the clubs. And occasionally, you know, we'll say something and clubs won't necessarily agree. And that's part of what the fun of this is. And to all the clubs who, players, coaches and otherwise who would get involved and have a chat to us, drop us a call or a text, and all in good fun and acid entertainment. And sometimes not always easy in the middle of the week with so many people in this competition having a job as well, to come in and spend time on the panel and have a chat with us about how their teams go in the association, the league. It's been a huge part of as to why this is so fun. So thank you to everyone out there who's watching and has helped us out in some small way.
Yeah, it's been a terrific season and a great start to the NBL1 competition. And look, onwards and upwards from here. We know the plan for the NBL is for this league to expand across the country and the various state leagues. We'll see how that plays out. We know an NBL1 All-Stars team is going to represent the league at the NBL Blitz down in Tasmania next month. Just so many positives for this league, and a big positive for Kilsyth in the women and Nunawading today. Two class act organisations, both in the southeast of Melbourne. So southeast Melbourne Phoenix GM Tommy Greer standing out here on the court. He'll be loving to see those big associations taking out these titles, and congratulations to both teams.
David Biwa's bought his own ladder and scissors. He's going to start cutting the now nets as well. It's been a very, very, very fun season. A huge night. Kilsyth and Nunawading the champions. Liam Santamaria, good job to you.
You too. Well done, Cam.
NBL, obviously now we're in the downward slide as well. NBL overtime going to be back 6:30 on Tuesday night, so looking forward to that. Am I going to see you tomorrow at Bond or not?
We'll see how it plays out.
All right, cool. I will definitely be there.
See if I can get the leave pass.
If you're listening, come and buy me a beer sometime tomorrow. Either way, we're out of here. Congratulations to Kilsyth and Nunawading. What a night. The NBL1 championships have been decided.